Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How is everybody doing today? Kind of wait for a few people to pop on here. We got pretty little hula here. We have her here for a reason. Sunny here in Seattle. Little humid, not used to that. And my air conditioning's not quite working, so if I start getting little beads on my face, you'll understand why. So, oh great, we got a few people popping on in here. Great. Make sure you introduce yourself. Let me know who you are and where you're from. And if you like what we're doing here today, please share it. Please like, comment, or whatever, because we want to continue doing and bringing good things to everybody. So, first off, I am Patricia Love. I am your RahRah real estate agent. And guess what today is? It is RahRah Friday. Woohoo! Yes! So, before I have a little girl that gets a little antsy, I want to tell you first off that every Friday, of course, we do this at 9:30 Pacific Standard Time. But today's a very special day for, oh, look at her ears, she's not happy. A very special day because this is Hula. Hula is 15 years of age. 15. And her sister Maui, who's kind of not feeling maybe so well, is also 15 today. And she might have a little bit of a tummy ache because too much cake equals tummy ache. I think she eats a little bit too much because mom gave her a little extra. So anyway, but they're doing awesome. They're very healthy. They're very well. But we're going to, because in honor of Hula and Maui, we're going to have a new segment every Friday at the very beginning of our little live Facebook. And that is Fur Babies Fridays. And what it is going to be about is really acknowledging our fur babies. So I would love, first off, for you guys to send in anything you want regarding your fur baby. Pictures to me. You can send it to Patricia at patricialove.com or Patricia at RahRahRealEstate.love. Send them to me, and then we'll, post them, and hopefully you'll see your little fur baby on live TV. But also, I want to also acknowledge any of your fur babies that maybe are not doing well. Maybe they're sick and they need healing energy, or maybe they passed over to the Rainbow Bridge and you just want to acknowledge them. Because I know that, as they get older, it gets harder because our fur babies are very special. And I have a little, kind of a quote that I like to say is about little fur babies. And that is, it's by Anatole France. And it says, until one has loved an animal, a part of one's soul remains unawakened. So animals are a very, very important part of our life. So please, every Friday, I'm going to have Fur Baby Friday. So please, hey, it's Hula, Miguel, and say hi to hi, Miguel. This is Hula Love. So please, send in, give me your comments, but also love to have you send over your babies so that I can acknowledge them, especially if they're not doing well. We need to acknowledge the fur babies too, because they're very special. But she's very antsy, and because it's her birthday, I'm gonna let her go down and enjoy life. So, okay guys, so that's my, so remember every Friday we have a segment on fur babies. And so please make sure you partake if you can. But today, I wanted to talk about communication. And again, things come from me, from what has happened during the week. But I also want to start with another quote, and that is communication is the human connection is the key to personal and career success. And that being said, there's another one I love to read is the biggest communication problem is we do not listen to understand, we listen to reply. That is so true. And so I want to just take the few minutes today and talk about communication and how it affects us a little bit. And, through, you can hear little Maui. Sorry, she likes to talk a lot. She talks and walks. But anyway, through social media and through everything that we are doing these days, communication skills have really kind of taken a dive because we hide behind our computer. And, we think with all the little emojis and all that thing, it's so much fun. But I think social media should really, it's fun and we can't live without it. But we also can add to it. We can add the communication, verbal communication to it, not just typing different things. We're losing that art of communication. And we don't want that because, number one, what it causes is misunderstandings, first off. when you don't communicate with people, especially if there's something going on, people's imaginations start to kind of go awry. People start making up things and they don't know what's going on. So it causes anxiety. It causes stress when you're not communicating with somebody that maybe you should be communicating, like for instance, a business partner or a client or a sister that you haven't talked to in a long time because you've gotten so busy doing other things. And so that art of communication of picking up the phone or even getting on Skype these days is very quick. Now, I know people think, well, I'm communicating, I'm sending them a text, I miss them. And that's fine, but we cannot lose the art of communication. Because the second thing it also helps is when we communicate on a regular basis, our communication skills get better. Everything gets better, how we speak. You know, it's like this. It's like I'm doing this Facebook Live every week, not because I want to talk about myself or not because I think I'm that great at it. I want to communicate because this is hard for me. I'm actually technically an introvert. So for me to come out and talk and communicate to you is difficult for me. But I want to do it every week because I believe the art of communication is gone. I believe that, we need to hear people's voices. I believe that, I know I like to hear people's voices. And in reality, when we were all born, or years and years, thousands and thousands of years ago, people were villages. They were born, they grew up in villages. They communicated because they didn't have social stuff, right? They communicated and they had to talk. They had to do things. Nowadays, where's the communication coming from? We go on retreats. It's funny. 15, 20 years ago, before the internet, everybody was talking and thinking. You very, very rarely heard of retreats. You heard of business retreats. But now you are hearing of retreats on a regular basis, a weekend retreat. Hey, Monique, nice to see you. A weekend retreat. Things like that because we're lacking communication. So they believe the businesses and even relationships, we better go on a retreat because we got to learn how to talk to each other. We have to learn how to socialize. That's why this retreat thing has become so important because nobody's communicating in real life. So for people who are just jumping on, I'm talking about communication and the art isn't lost. So I'd love to have any of your feedback and things like that on that and put some comments in the comment area because it's a really important piece. Hey, Tob, nice to meet you. Hey, from Norway. Hey, welcome. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. We're just talking about communication and how important it is because retreats now become the norm because nobody's talking to each other. But if we can just really think about reaching out to even one person a week or whatever, it's okay, Maui. You want to come here, honey? It's Maui's and Hula's birthday, so we have to make sure I acknowledge them also. So anyway, communication, again, is the most important part of a human skill. In order to get better at it, we do need to continue doing it, and it makes more knowledge for all of us. It creates better cognitive things, just speaking in general, rather than be hiding behind our computer. So important to really understand the communication skills because I'm going to give you another example. I had a situation this last week that I'm a client and the other person's, helping me from somebody, but they said they were going to do something and then it never happened. And then now I'm wondering, what's going on? Is everything okay? At first I think, well, they just didn't get it done or they forgot. But now I think, now there's something wrong. So lack of communication creates the imagination to go crazy. I know being in the real estate industry and in business, that I've actually gotten clients because their real estate agent never communicated with them. They would say, because I would ask them, what is your biggest negative on a real estate agent? And they would say, lack of communication. That tells me that all they want is to be talked to. All they want is to be acknowledged. And how that works is, say, for instance, something's going on. But in your mind, there's nothing happening, so I don't need to say anything. Well, in the client's mind or somebody else's mind, they're thinking other things. So what you need to do sometimes is just say, hey, nothing's happening. Nothing's going on. Everything's good. You know what? There's a stress level that goes way down when we can communicate. And that kind of communication, of course, you can just text or you can send something out. But it's also good to pick up the phone and just say, hey, I just want to let you know nothing's really happening right now. Everything's good. There's a big release and a relief when people are communicating with other people. Don't let that art of communication die. It's so important for our own personal health, our personal wealth, because if you don't communicate to people and you don't have people, you have no business. And you have no business, you have no money. So no matter what it is, whether you're communicating across the table, if you're a waitress to a customer, communication is important. Not just something like, yeah, okay, can I take your order? Hey, how you doing? That equals to a possible much better tip. Everything works around communication. So it's an important piece of our livelihood. It's an important piece of our relationships. It's an important piece in life in general. So I want to, and know there's communities out there, and I want to give a shout out right now to the wellness community, which is hashtag WVIP, by the way. This is a community where they've actually put together people where they want to help, heart-filled people. They're world changers. They are trying to get that communication back in a community because it's becoming lack in so many other areas. It's a great networking thing. It's a great partnership. So if you're looking to communicate and you're looking for network and you need a community, check out wellnessuniverse.com. Anna and Sherry are the founder and co-founders, and they are fabulous. So check them out. So please, it's a great little other way to start communicating with others. So just to kind of reiterate what we just talked about, is that communication, I feel, has become a lost art with all the social media, typing behind the computers, when in reality, if you don't communicate verbally with people, and even, through text at some times, we definitely want to mix it up, you're going to get people to have anxiety and stress and anger sometimes. And really, and it's such a simple thing, and it's a very free thing, is to communicate. And when you learn to communicate more and properly, then your pocketbook will fill up, because people want to be communicated with. They want to be talked to. They want to understand that you're there for them. And for me, that's very important. I love communicating. I want to help others. And my business, my whole new business, is helping others. It doesn't cost anybody anything. And why do I do that? Yes, I get paid from an agent on behind thing, but the buyers and sellers don't have to pay in anything, because I want to make sure they're educated with, that they're communicated with, so they don't feel like they don't matter. Because in so many businesses, that's what happens. People feel like they don't matter, and all it is communicating. Whether you're communicating knowledge, whether you're communicating information, whether you're just communicating feelings. Communication is vital. So I'm going to encourage everybody this week to go out and communicate just a little bit more. And not just by texting, not by just being behind the computers. Again, as I said before, this is hard for me to do every Fridays. I'm getting better at it, but I'm a stutterer. I lose my train of thought. But I want to do it because I want to help others. I want other people to be aware of things that maybe they're not thinking of. So when I talk on Fridays, and whatever I might be talking about, I want you to become more aware of what's happening. And maybe if it just allows you to think about communication this week a little bit more, and maybe to reach out to that client or reach out to that friend by phone or by Skype or something, so let them know they matter. Let them know that everything is going okay in their business. Let them know that everything's good. They're going to be like, wow, I matter. And plus, you may have just caused their stress level to go way down, because they now know what's going on. So that's going to be it for this RahRah Friday. And I'm really, again, excited about the next coming weeks, because we have our new segments. We have, Fur Baby Fridays. So again, please send me to Patricia at RahRahRealEstate.love your pictures of your kids, or if you want me to do a shout out for if they need some healing energy, or maybe they want me to acknowledge the fact that they crossed the Rainbow Ridge. I am a fur baby lover, an animal lover, and I believe that they bring a lot of love and life to each and every one of us. So please let me help you out. Shout out your fur baby on Fur Baby Fridays, okay? Then the next segment, of course, will be quotes, and then, of course, we'll be talking about it. Something is specific, and hopefully just to motivate you to do something great. Motivate you to do something better for somebody else in the world for the next week, till I talk to you next week. So, in the meantime, if you have a chance, please run over to RahRahRealEstate.love. Check out what I do. Sign up for our newsletter. It's actually, I believe it's working or should be working. We had a little glitches, but you know, that's life, right? But please run over there, check things out, sign up. I'd love to have you be part of what I do, which is all positive. It's really keeping it real in real estate and life. So that's going to be it. And all I really want you to do now, besides communicate, is go out and make somebody smile. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon, and I'll talk to you next week. Go out and have a rah-rah weekend. Bye now.